Alright, so one thing I have not explained so far. You start with these 3 fate points, right? So you might be asking, how do you get fate points back? A big thing that you can do is be be compelled by me. I'm a very compelling GM. So what compelling is, let's say Talia. Talia is an arsonist, right? So we are going down the street, and there is a wooden shack that has a bunch of Molotov cocktails conveniently placed next to it. But you're on an important mission, Talia, so you don't want to waste your time with creating a fire as much as you normally would like to. But I am going to compel you to go throw those Molotov cocktails on that wooden shack. And basically, what happens is, in the narrative, I'll just tell you, I think you should do this. I'm going to compel you to do this. And then you have the option to either accept, at which point you gain an extra fate point. So you can go above 3. You can go 4, 5, 6, whatever. You gain a fate point, but then you have to do the thing that I said that I think you should do. You have to actually carry it out to the best of your ability. So that's what a compel is. But you could also refuse, at which point you you spend a fate point to kind of keep your character in the direction that you wanted them to go. And this is part of the reason why I take such a careful note of all your troubles, is that is going to be one thing that I really will be using compel on a lot, because I feel like trouble is kind of more like your compulsive behavior. The other thing is, anyone can compel. It's not just up to me. So, and it also doesn't have to be just trouble either. So any of the high concept or the aspects or the double-edged sword type of things, anyone can compel that way. So like, if you guys want to kind of screw with each other, you can do it that way as well. At which point you would have to spend one of your own fate points and give it to them. But also, if they refuse and they spend the fate point, that goes to me. So you're not.
So then we would both lose fate points.
Well, you don't. If they refuse, you don't spend the fate point.
Okay.
But if you
I do have one.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. So, like, my weakness is being an arsonist. But if I want to set something on fire, like, maybe it's helpful, maybe you just haven't compelled me to do it. I can just do that. That doesn't have to involve fate points.
Yeah, you can just do it.
Okay, it would be more of like, okay, I got it.
But if you wanted to, like, set something on fire in a very grandiose or spectacular way, you could invoke your aspect of arsonist and give yourself a +2. At which point you would burn a fate point or spend a fate point.
Okay, I got it. That makes sense.
So that's how you can use your aspects as well.
So adding a +2 would be burning fate points. Is it the same for stunts?
No, because the stunts are under very specific circumstances. So it's just like a bonus. It's like a thing that you're naturally good at and can automatically succeed. Almost automatically.
Okay.
All right. I think that's one thing. Yeah, that was important to mention, because compelling is a lot of fun. All right. So to get into it, first, let's talk about Overton City. Overton City is a island city that sits off the Atlantic coast. There's only one bridge that goes in and out, or across the island to the mainland. And there's only one tunnel that goes in and out from the mainland as well. And this main bridge turns into the highway and kind of goes through the whole island. There are several zones of Overton City. There's the suburbs, there's a surfside destination, there's a downtown core, Bay Area, industrial area, but then there's this odd area that's just known as Decay Zone or the Decay. When you are driving on the main highway, you notice that this area is pretty much fenced off, or there's a lot of chain link fences and wooden structures that kind of just block people off. There are streets that go south into this area, but all of those are blocked off as well by concrete blocks, and there's guards usually at these sort of little choke points. There are factions to Overton City. Some of them are formal and some of them are informal. Basically, the place is very run down, and crime is reaching its all-time high. So the city government is headed by this guy named Michael Valentine. He, and along with the chief of police named Chief Balzera, use these special police called the Special Enforcers. So kind of picture like riot cop, SWAT team guy, very like heavily armed police officers. Those are the Special Enforcers. And they use these guys pretty violently and pretty often. And they haven't been successful in stopping all the crime in the city, and that's where we get to all the different organized crime. So the main organized crime family is known as the Martin family. And this is the family that you are currently a soldier in. You've been working for this Martin family for about a year, but nothing major has really happened. But now that it's been about a year, you think that it might be time to start you deserve a promotion at this point. You've done a lot. And as for the people in the party, you know of them, but you haven't met them yet. Some other things to know about the city. There are other factions. There is the mega corporation known as Neon Corp. They control all the shipping in and out of the ports, and that's mainly how Overton makes its money. So they tend to have a monopoly over that. So keep Neon Corp in mind. They're going to come up eventually. There is a rival crew called the Gonzalez Crew that hopes to overtake the Martin family at one point. There are also various other gangs that have names that maybe you know, maybe you don't know. They tend to just run wild through the streets, essentially. In addition to the special enforcers on the crime fighting front, there's also a gang called the Skull Crew. They tend to fight corruption on all fronts. So they fight against the city government, against Neon Corp, and against the criminal families. So they have no friends, really, except for each other. So that is all the kind of background information that your character would know about in your year in this city. The other thing is, you know that the favorite sort of hangout and private spot that the Martin family likes to get together is, strangely enough, at a vitamin store. It's in the back of this vitamin store. So picture like a GNC or a Walgreens or something like that. Everyone in this family at one point goes to the back of this store. So, as I said, it's been about a year. So you get this call. You get a call from a guy named John Miller. John Miller is the consigliere of the Martin family. And he tells you essentially that it's time for an important meeting that you're going to go meet with Mark Martin himself. You've met him before, but under very limited circumstances. You get the impression that this is an important meeting, so you immediately start heading over there. If you have a car or driver, whatever you would imagine. It's
Said
getting
Martin? Sorry to
Mark.
interrupt.
It's okay. Yeah, it's Mark Martin.
Mark Martin. Okay.
Yeah,
I heard Martin. I was like, that's a cool name.
maybe it should be Mark Martin.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, so we will zoom in on this alleyway. The alleyway it's getting to be kind of misty, a little bit cold. It's December of 1993, as we said. You arrive in this dark alley, and you know that in order to get in this vitamin store, you have to approach the back door. If you've ever worked retail or anything like that, they all have these back doors that are kind of hidden along the back of the building. Right, so you're going to this alley. Let's see what Quinton does first. Quinton,
Yeah.
how do you arrive in this back alley?
As soon as receiving a call from John Miller, Quinton, you see Quinton with like a bright smile on his face. He looks, his long hair, kind of reaching to his like coat. He's wearing like 4 different layers. He has a shirt, and on top of that, he has a sweater. On top of that, he has like a heavy coat, and he's like kind of writing in his journal, taking notes about his day. And then once he gets to the vitamin store in the back, is there like anyone outside?
You don't see anyone just yet.
Okay, he'll be like, looks like I'm the first one here. And then you see as he puts his book into his pocket into his coat, and he'll go up to the door and he like looks around, pushes against his glasses, and then he like gives a soft knock. It's very light as he like knocks on the door, and he's kind of looking around, looking shifty, making sure that he's all by himself.
So when you knock on this door, the first thing you notice is that there is a small rectangular window that is covered from the inside. And it's about at eye level with you. And you hear metal scratching on metal as if somebody pulls this cover to the left. You see a set of eyes looking at you. And then you see the cover close again. And a voice from the other side says, "Come back in 5 minutes."
Sorry. I just had to be early. Can't keep the boss waiting. The man waiting. Can't be late for work. And he will sit on a trash can outside, just waiting for people to get there, and just kind of twiddling his thumbs, kicking his feet. I'm excited to meet Mark Martin again.
Just as you sit down on this trash can, you see Imogen arrive.
Oh boy.
And then you see as he sees someone coming, he reaches out his notebook, he kind of flips around and gets to a page. Hello?
Walking up, glaring, Imogen is like, "Who are you? A reporter?"
He puts his book in and puts in. No, hey Imogen, it's me, Gold. You know me, part of the family as well.
Oh right.
He doesn't make eye contact with Imogen. Yes.
Right. Okay. Yes. No notes, thank you. I'm gonna just ignore Gold and walk by and knock on the door.
They said 5 more minutes.
To you.
Oh, okay.
You hear metal scraping on metal as this little window opens again. Another set of eyes glares through, and he says, "I told you 5 minutes."
You told him 5 minutes. Let me in. Don't keep me waiting.
"I told you 5 minutes." And then the window shuts again. And just as you finish saying this, Talia arrives.
Yeah, Talia will just kind of roll up, like not looking very rushed, but a little bit nervous. And we'll just go up to the other two people that I guess she knows of, but doesn't really like know their names, know them very well, and say, "Are we waiting outside for a reason?"
Yes, Shorty. They said 5 minutes. About 1 minute ago. So about 4 more minutes now.
Okay, thank you, Gold. And then she'll go and just kind of lean against one of the sides of the buildings.
Shorty, do you have any new inventions? I know that you usually have like some new cool like things and trinkets and stuff.
Actually, yes, I modified a lighter that my my mother gave me with butane, and
Oh,
it's like kind of like a mini pocket flamethrower. It's really
oh,
cool, actually.
that's really cool. Maybe that'll
And then
help us.
she'll take it out of her pocket and kind of like show it and like get it a little too close to Quinton, like Gold's face and say, "Oh, sorry."
It's fine. Like he like pushes his hair back, trying to be like cautious of the flame to not get his hair caught on fire. Don't worry about it. That looks really cool. Maybe it'll help us, and I'm sure it'll impress the big boss man.
God, I hope so. I really want to use it. My dad doesn't let me have my inventions in the house. I'd have to hide this one, but I really want to, I don't
Yeah,
know,
it's
put it
nice
to
and
work.
yeah, it's nice and small, very portable. Pretty cool.
As soon as you
Thank
say
you.
the word cool, Jimmy approaches.
Evening.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Kind of snuck up on me. Jimmy the Hand, right?
No? Who told you that?
Oh, sorry. I'm Gold. I must have got you confused with someone else. And he like will be all nervous. He doesn't make eye contact with anyone in the party. But I just heard things. That's
Hmm.
all.
As
Name's
soon as
Mike.
the silence,
Nice to meet you, Mike. Gold again. He'll like take his notebook out, like, and then just cross out Jimmy the Hand and write Mike's name.
I was so confused until I remembered his trouble. All right. As soon as he says his name is Mike, Luca approaches.
Luca enters, and he is out of breath a bit, still, but he decides not to join the group necessarily, but kind of like be around it to kind of be able to pick up what's going on, but not be part of it. Because he's just trying to get a feel for how everything is in the room.
All right.
Yeah, Imogen is definitely off to the side, like lighting a cigarette and just watching everyone, but ignoring everyone at the same time.
Yeah, that's
All
good.
of you hear a sound of
Oh,
bolts unlocking, that sort of metal on metal sound, and then the back door opens outward, and there is a plume of cigarette smoke that comes out into the alley.
I
It's
would
kind
have.
of like heat, but also smoke.
I'd imagine the door swung towards where Quinton was sitting, and he kind of is like jostled. He gets up very quickly, but the trash can like is flung off to the side. If that's
Yeah,
okay with you. Yeah, like he
Yes.
almost got hit by the door.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll say that you did.
okay. Sounds good. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to get in your way. And he'll like kind of dust himself off. Make sure he has his notebook and.
You see the
Hello.
hello. Yes. Come inside. So
But
you
it's only been
see-
4 minutes and 30 seconds. We have 30 more seconds.
Yeah, definitely. Like Imogen walks by Gold, like ashes the cigarette on his feet, and then continues like walking in. Absolutely first.
Oh, and then he'll wait and then go in.
So the person in the door frame who opened the door, you recognize to be John Miller.
Oh, okay.
He's a kind of a heavy-set dude with a ponytail. He wears a black button-down shirt and black slacks. Says, "All right, come on in," and waves to everybody.
I guess Talia will follow Quinton or Gold in.
Okay. So what you see if you enter is a back room of a vitamin store. So there's metal shelving along the walls, and there's all kinds of backstock in boxes or stacked along these shelves. But in the middle of it, it looks like there's been space cleared out for this card table. There's bicycle playing cards spread out, poker chips on the table, and it looks like they've all been having a poker game. But it's kind of packed up. The first thing that really strikes you, though, is the constant cigarette smell. It's just like filling your or irritating your eyes and your nose, and
It's
just
1993. Like,
yeah.
we're not averse to that yet, are we?
Not really. Not really.
Gold will like go over to Angry Hands and say, is it too thick of smoke for you? I know you have like a bad cough."
To Luca?
Yeah, Angry Hands.
Oh my, yeah, it's a little bit tough sometimes.
Oh, and then he'll like take out like a little pill bottle. I think this might help. I don't know. And like offer it to Angry Hands.
So I'm supposed to take this medicine that you were giving me as a stranger.
No. Well, I know of you, but you don't know of me. But I think it helps. I don't know. I heard
Sounds
somewhere.
reasonable. I think I'll take it.
All right.
Popping pills.
So he opens up he puts a cigar to the side for just 1 second to take something. Yes, he's a heavy smoker with bronchitis, but he's totally taking pills too. So he doesn't make the best life decisions. It's.
So you see, there's about 9 or 10 by your head count of just kind of big guys, tough guys. A lot of them look like they are probably carrying a sidearm tucked away in their coats. But there are at least 3 people surrounding one man who all have like just full-on AK-47s, and they're just standing there guarding this man in the center. The man in the center has slick back black hair. That was a mouthful. Horn-rimmed glasses, a short beard, and a very fancy, maybe like Gucci, Armani type of suit. Very fit guy as well. He is also smoking a cigar, and he puts it down when in a crystal ashtray when the 5 of you enter the room, and he looks up and he pats the armed guard to his right and kind of just looks up and investigates the 5 of you. So sort of basically just on site, he is the clear leader in the room. What would you guys like to do?
Quinn will like immediately bow his head. Thank you for gracing us with your presence, Mark Morton.
Oh, I'm glad you could make it.
You're welcome, Uncle. And he'll lift his head with like a big smile on his face. Even though he's not my uncle, he would Gold would still call him Uncle just to, make it seem like he's closer with the family than he actually is.
He nods at you and doesn't bother to correct you.
You called for us?
I did. Would you all come here, please?
Imogen
course.
just walked in and take a seat and remain silent.
Yeah.
First,
Luca gets there eventually.
I think Talia trying to pretend that she's a lot cooler than she actually is will like take a chair and like turn it backwards and like, straddle it
Nice.
and be like, "Sup, boss?"
hello. Tell me how you are. First, how have you been? All of you. Have you met each other?
Briefly outside. And I'm well, just a little cold. We were outside for 5 minutes or so, and December and it gets very cold. And right now I'm doing pretty good. Just enjoying this nice, wonderful, crisp cigarette smell. Big,
Oh,
gang
yes.
stuff.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I enjoy these cigars. Would anyone like one?
Yes.
All right. So you see him pull out a
Yes,
large-
darling, that sounds grand. And like pushes out like the cigarette in an ashtray and grabs for a cigar.
And Luca grabs with the hand that already has a cigar, the other cigar, to kind of double barrel it. The doctors say it's a little difficult, and I should probably stop.
On reflection, I'm realizing everything I think about this character is just Cruella de Vil or Cruella from like the recent Disney movie.
Yeah.
Is all I've got from like a mental draw, but probably some other movies. Who knows? But yeah, it's so anytime I talk funny or like that, that's what I'm drawing on, and I'm not sure I should do it.
Go for it. Go with your gut instinct. Mark says, Luca, are you...
Go for it.
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
I said Jimmy's not going to go for a cigar. He's just going to kind of sit there towards the rear of the table and just watch.
All right.
I think Talia's also going to politely refuse and then pull out her pack of clove cigarettes and light one with a butane lighter
Oh boy.
Oh.
and like kind of burn half of it immediately.
Quinn's never smoked in his life, so like he barely gets like one breath in and is immediately like coughing up a storm, like dying, but he's trying to fit in as best as he can.
Okay.
Luca grabs another. Triple barrels it.
Triple barreling.
If you're not going to take it, I will totally take it, no problem.
Yeah, you can just finish the one I started. I don't want it to go to waste.
I heard it's impolite to refuse a cigar, so I'll take it for my friends. He now has 4.
All right. So, Mark kind of sits there for a second, like he's thinking about something, and then he says, "Well, I suppose you're wondering why I've gathered you all here, and it's quite a momentous occasion. It's not often that a new crew is formed, and I would like to form one out of the 5 of you today. Now, I know that you've been working for me each about a year now, and I agree with what you're probably thinking, which is that you deserve a promotion, or at least a large score, something of that nature. Wouldn't you agree?"
Yeah, whatever you think is what we deserve.
I'm glad to hear that, nephew.
See a smile.
My price would be that you accept one of 3 jobs that I have in mind. possible to do all of these things if you're really ambitious, but I would only really require one. Are you interested?
Well, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't be here. What's the job, hun?
Straight to the point. I love you for that, Imogen. The first job, it's a jewelry store robbery, excuse me. See, they haven't been paying protection, and they haven't been affected by any of our efforts to, shall we say, persuade them to pay this protection. And I would like you to teach them a lesson they won't soon forget. So that would obviously be a robbery of this store to be orchestrated through your own planning and execution. Yes, nephew.
Yes, uncle. So how are we not able to coerce them? Because we're the strong Martin family. Is it
Imogen
the
is gonna
Gonzalez
immediately
or
just
Skull
kick him.
Crew?
It's not. Look, kid, it's not often you get permission to rob a place around here. So why don't you just take the offer and smile,
Oh yeah.
and then ask what they expect the split to be? Are you expecting some your way, or are we just making a message to them? And who cares about the details?
You always kick up to me,
Of course we
Yes.
do, hon.
but then you would also split it among yourselves.
I'm sure in some equitable fashion, of course, like flippantly, like waving hand off to y'all, but absolutely not looking at any of you.
Why don't we listen to all of the deals before we start deciding what we're doing?
I agree, Talia.
That's fair.
Well, the second one, you might be shocked that I would even ask you to do this.
Try me.
I would like for you to assassinate Mayor Valentine. Tomorrow, he's going to be giving a speech. Tomorrow, he's going to be giving a speech at City Hall. In this speech, from our spies have told us that he will be pushing a tough on crime agenda. We can't have this. We have to send him a message, or send the city government a message, that we won't tolerate any interference with our business.
What is it now that he's going after crime hard? Just now.
We
Well, haven't
believe
they
that
been-
there may be federal interference in the city. Until now, the city has been mainly on its own. And our spies say, I think there's something going on with the mayor's government.
Assassinate Mayor Valentine is a big deal.
Yes.
What if we were able to just convince him not to push that agenda? Do we have to kill him? Is that something we?
We've tried all manner of conventional means. He insists on being an asshole about it. So we're
Okay.
gonna make him pay.
Imogen like ashes the cigar and it's like, it's treason then. And I know where my vote is. Let's hear this third job though.
Sure. Talia, did you want to say something?
Well, I was just wondering. I guess this is something that we can talk about later if we decide to do that job, but it's more of setting, and if there is federal interference along with the enforcers that are already in the city working for the mayor, how much of an in and out job it would be.
That's a good question, isn't it?
But that's just the logistics me thinking. Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem at all. I'm happy to take questions. Because it's a very large favor, I will admit. I don't normally send people on these types of jobs. But here we are.
And Valentine's not typically unprotected very much. He carries a large muscle, I hear.
That's very true. The special enforcers are quite a pain.
I mean, but if you get a sniper rifle, you don't need to get anywhere near him.
I like her thinking.
Hide in the shadows, take him out from the front, hide, kill him in the middle of his speech, or even before it starts once he gets on stage. And then they have no idea who it is. Could be anybody in the city. There's multiple gangs and families and things that don't like Mayor Valentine. It wouldn't necessarily be drawn back to us. I don't see it being too big of an issue as long as we can figure out where in City Hall we can set up. The third mission.
Sounds like you've already got the job done. Very
I
well.
mean, with Quinton's planning and thinking, I'm sure we could do any of these jobs.
Yes. He'll like kind of blush a little, look down.
Well, this third task, I'm really not sure if I want to even trust you with this. You know what? I don't know. Maybe I should ask a different crew. What do you think? Do you really want to do something very difficult?
There's nothing we wouldn't do for you.
The last fucking thing was killing the mayor. What else do you got up your sleeve?
Yes. Well, as you're aware, down past the Decay line is the state prison. I'm sure you haven't visited it.
Never.
One of our people, very highly valuable personal connection to me, named Linda Taylor, is inside that prison right now. I would like you to break into the prison and extract Linda Taylor for my own personal reasons. There's also a person in this prison that we would like you to kill. A jailhouse snitch, if you would, named Jeff Anderson.
You're right. The assassination sounds much more pleasant. Takes a big puff.
Oh, so Imogen, you're one to take easy deals and just cop out the easy way instead of trying to prove yourself.
Let me add something to help
Dead
you
ass
decide.
stare, but doesn't just say anything else. Like while smoking.
Let me add something that may affect your decision. As these jobs go ascend in difficulty, the pay scale is higher, naturally. The Zell's jewelry store, we expected to have around 350K in its vault. The mayor assassination, we will pay you 650K from our own stock if you are able to complete this, to be split among you, not kicking up to me, of course, for this payout. And then for the jail job, I'll pay you 950K, as I expect, let's be honest here, at least one or more of you may not come home, but you know, you've signed on to this family, you know the dangers. We all face these kinds of difficulties every once in a while. So basically, higher risk, higher reward. Isn't that the way it always goes in life?
You see, like, Quinton, like, do quick mental math. So, the jewelry store robbery, 60K each. Assassinate
Right,
Mayor Valentine. Well, 300K, but 60K
Oh,
each.
okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, just, I guess, do it per person. Or is it 300K?
However you want to split it up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about, like, I mean, in the fiction, you would be kicking up to the.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but-
not including the kick up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not necessary to actually worry about it.
All right. But like you see Quinn like kind of do the math, like, oh, that's a lot of money. If for the third objective, say we do one of the two, will that affect our payout or? I know Linda Taylor's the main objective. It sounds like, if Jeff Anderson, is dead or not, it doesn't really matter. He's in prison, right? So.
Oh, we'll tack on more if you manage to eliminate Jeff Anderson.
Oh, okay. So just base is 950K.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Wow, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. It is. I will not ask you to choose right away. Call me when you've decided.
We don't have your number. It was John who called us. John Miller.
Oh, right.
Should we call him or?
Call John Miller, yes.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And then he'll pull out his flip phone and save. Or would it be not? It wouldn't be a flip phone. It'd be one of those fucking. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
a
there's an early Motorola flip phone.
Yeah. He'll pull out his Motorola and save John number.
Well,
All right.
take a puff. My vote's definitely on the assassination, but I'll wait to hear what this semblance of democracy has to say.
I say prison.
Oh, well, that's.
We have the
Should-
skills within this group of people to pull it off.
Don't you think we should start small and then work our way up? I feel like the prison's putting all our eggs in one
There's
basket.
no such thing as being safe in criminal business. Gold.
Yeah. I guess.
And what's a jewelry shop to tripling our possible funds?
It is a lot of money.
Mine is either assassin or prison.
Do the assassination and the robbery and get the money that we would get for the prison break all at once.
I feel like there's the one thing that I think is
I have a feeling if we hit the mayor, all the police will go to that area, leaving the jewelry store very vulnerable. And what officer is going to leave hunting down the killer of the mayor to come to a jewelry store robbery?
Yes, but you have to realize that the planning of pulling off an assassination, getting away, and then also planning a jewelry heist, I feel like that's way too much for one evening. If you're going to do multiple of these things, I think it needs to be very specifically planned out, and there needs to be very specific times that we do all of these things. Because if I'm using my equipment, it takes time and planning to make sure I have the right tools on me, and then I can be quick and efficient in all of the things that I'm doing.
Where's the mayor giving his speech?
City Hall, right?
Yeah. In front of the building.
I say if we can pull off... Because the only issue is, I was thinking that we do the assassination and then the prison, but if the mayor's killed, there may be even more of a crackdown on the prison. But if we do the prison and then the mayor, then there's a possibility that he makes that speech even more expeditedly, and they have even more of a crackdown on crime.
I agree with your initial thought of let's do one and then the other. There's no need to go for a hat trick here. Take out the mayor, and then in his wake, the police will be in a weakened state. And then we can go about whatever it is we want until order is restored.
I also think that killing the mayor might initially bring some of the guards away from the prison, making it easier to break in and get a high money, high reward job done a lot easier with a lot less resistance from police and guards.
Ooh, touche. I'm gonna look over at its name is Martin, right? Bossman Martin?
Mark Martin.
Mark Martin. All right, and how's about that other crew you're looking at? She laughs. we get a cut of their reward for making it easier for them.
I think we're the crew.
Yeah, you guys are the crew.
A question for the GM. Would I know who Linda Taylor is?
You're not really sure.
Okay.
Yeah, this doesn't sound familiar to you. I like Linda Taylor.
Weird. Uncle, Linda Taylor, you said she's important. I don't remember hearing about her. In my first year here, is she been in prison for a while, or?
Yeah, she's been there for about 6 months, unfortunately. Yeah, trumped up charge too. A gun charge.
Gun charge. Okay. Oh, that's not too serious, now is it?
Yes, but yes and no. I mean, it's not murder in the first degree. But yeah, she might be in there for a couple years.
Do you know what cell block and what level of security she's being held under?
Yes, it's pretty high security. I know she's in the West Wing, and her cell is W113.
W113. All right. And Jeff Anderson, where is he in relative to the prison? And
On the East Block, E247.
okay. Great.
I'll leave the planning up to your capable hands.
You said to take over if the mayor should die.
Who's set to take over? That's a good question.
Would there not be an election? Could you not run?
Oh, I like that idea.
Because then there's no chance that a hard crime agenda is put in place, and I'm sure you can work with the feds. I mean, if you're the mayor, the feds can't inherently be against you.
Yeah, I'll definitely vote for you, Uncle.
I like
That's
your
a great
thinking
idea.
and your support. That's thinking 2 steps ahead. You must play chess.
Occasionally. I say, especially with the political agenda in mind and the support of this lovely family, I say we go assassination. And then possibly work towards prison. A jewelry store's a jewelry store in the grand scheme of being able to run this town and getting our assets out of prison, don't you think? Think about all of the political and monetary power that we would have in the city, and if you are the mayor, then the jewelry store would have to listen to you regardless. Paying protection is one thing that they're not doing, but I mean, if you're the mayor, they can't say no.
Well, there's one thing that you're not taking into account, the human element. I'm a proud man. No one should insult me and get away with it.
That's true, but no one should be putting your people in prison either.
I can't argue with you there.
Yes, similar to Shorty, I'm leaning more towards attempting to assassinate Mayor Valentine.
There is no attempting. There's only...
yes.
There is no try.
Mayor Valentine.
There is no try. Only do or do not.
Let's not try and back out. Let's do this. Imogen, you seemed in favor originally. Has that changed?
Not at all.
Angry Hands, you haven't said much.
I'm a little bit exhausted from the 4 cigars at the same time. But I do have to question what Talia had said about doing the prison first. There would probably be less guards and activity if we don't do the assassination right away.
But I
We
think
have
her.
to do it before the speech, do we not? Is it not time sensitive?
The speech is tomorrow, so we have a day to plan.
I mean, he'll be out in the open tomorrow. Probably the easiest target. Time.
It's tomorrow at noon, by the way.
Oh, God, okay. Well, we have the evening.
Well,
And,
now that there's a ticking clock, I think our decision has been made.
I do make a mean espresso, so. Staying up all night, planning. It's better than going back home.
That sounds great.
Sounds good. We could go to we can go to John's Burgers or somewhere on there, maybe.
So just like meta-wise on the time frame, it's only like around dusk or evening. The sun just set, so around like 7 o'clock at the latest. So you would, if you wanted to go tonight to either do the jewelry store or the jail break-in, you would be able to accomplish those things before the mayor gives a speech. Or you could assassinate the mayor at 12 and then do one of the other jobs after that.
I think
we have the time to be able to do the jail tonight and then be able to do the assassination. Let me finish. The assassination tomorrow.
What's the name of that kid from Malcolm in the Middle who couldn't?
Oh, not Stewie. That's the kid.
Stevie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little channeling into that.
All right. So Mark says, again, I'll leave you to it. It's fine if you don't want to tell me right now. You just call John tomorrow. Or tonight. Whatever you want to do.
So do we leave now and get back to you? I'm kind of hungry. Anyone want to go to John's Burgers?
I do know a guy at John's Burgers that works there, and we might be able to get a free upgrade on our combos.
Oh, that's great.
Alright. So Mark, yeah, he kind of just nods, like, indicating, like, yeah, it's okay to go ahead and scoot.
All right. I guess we head to John's Burgers. A couple blocks down from here, looks like.
All right. So, for those of you who go out the door, okay. Well, let's do this first. When you're trying to leave, you open the door and you start leaving, and then John follows you into the alleyway and like shuts the door behind him. And it seems like he's like watching you guys.
You coming to John's Burgers with us, John?
Yeah, that sounds appropriate. I just wanted to remind you all of something. And then you see him take out his sidearm from inside his jacket. And he starts kind of like casually holding it, and he's waiting for a reaction.
That's a nice gun you have there.
We think there's a fucking rat. Who knows anything? He starts kind of casually waving the gun, like, who knows anything? You see, he's kind of like, he looks like he's had a little bit too much to drink. He's like staggering around.
Don't
I
know
know a
anything.
guy who knows a guy who might be able to help with the situation.
Oh yeah, who's that?
Philip the Narc. You might know him. He's on hold on. Okay, he's on 4th and Main.
I'll look into it. I think it's one of you 5, if you ask me.
Us 5? We
Yeah.
just got hired.
Well then. I'll look over at like the compatriots. Looks like one of you is going to die.
Very proud of you to not think it's you, Imogen.
I mean, I don't think anyone's accidentally a narc.
Quite right.
And what is
Alright.
this? Is this a bonus reward for outing them and taking care of the business?
Yeah, I'll pay you.
Beautiful.
You see him put his gun away, and then he opens up the back door with a key, and then closes the door, and it makes a metal clacking sound as the locks lock again.
Oh, that was weird. I wouldn't think that someone would be against the family.
You don't think that someone would be against the family?
No, the Martin family is great. See how
They're
we
a
are?
crime syndicate.
Well,
I'm definitely not opposed to it, but to think that no one's against the family is a bit ridiculous.
well, why would anyone be against the family and join the family? That sounds just silly.
To get information?
I guess.
I mean, I'm 20 years old. I'm not any fucking cop. Okay? So, one of you 4. I mean, I don't think it's windy over there.
And
No offense, Jimmy. But I don't think that you have the lung capacity to be a cop. So that leaves 3.
He can't talk, literally.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you'd be very useful to cops. I'm not saying that we should start fights here. Maybe John's wrong about this one, but I'd watch your backs.
I just know, in my past, whenever someone starts addressing everybody, they're usually the one. So you're now suspect number 1.
Good. I'm glad. What are you going to do about it, Jimmy? You think you're going to get into this prison without my tools? Not in God's name.
Yeah, Jimmy, what are you gonna do?
Oh, sorry, I'm talking to the wrong person, right? Everyone's names are confusing. Okay, Luca.
Yeah.
Luca was saying that one. Jimmy has been quite quiet, and he's a compulsive liar. It could very much be Jimmy.
But you don't know that, actually.
Oh, that's
I don't know,
true.
He's a liar.
Well, he
Yeah.
lied
I may
about his
be
name
actually
being Mike
telling the truth on
immediately,
everything.
but we all know what his name is.
Jimmy the liar.
Jimmy the liar.
Luca, Jimmy the liar, San Pellegrino.
Okay.
I've won one time that we know of.
Yeah, but it was the most obvious lie in the world. My name's Mike. What?
That's
Okay.
kind of lies we know it's a lie.
Okay.
At the back of the... Sorry, what were you going to say, Kai?
Oh, I was just going to say that Talia would say that we're wasting time for planning. Standing in an alley, fighting about an undercover cop that we're not sure exists, and we don't know who it is.
As soon as she says we're wasting time, you hear a large amount of rustling and maybe some groaning and growling coming from the place where the alley ends. So picture like the alley comes down. The door is on the right side, and then at the alley dead ends, and there's 3 walls around the back of it, and then the exit to the street, right? So
Okay.
there's a bunch of like trash and crap just kind of laying in the dead end of the alley, and that's the direction you hear this weird like wrestling and growling.
How about we take the front door?
Yeah, sure. It's
Do
just
you mean the front of the alley?
No, the front door, because the building. Right, he left us in there, or did he escort us out?
escort
He
us out.
escorted you to the back
Oh.
alley.
Oh, my mistake. Ignore.
I think we should go, guys.
Yep. Let's get the
You-
fuck out.
You see somebody standing up.
Sorry, we don't have any money. And then like Quinn will just like keep walking towards the exit of the alleyway.
Okay. For those of you who remain, who haven't started running yet, you see a strange man with tattered clothes, looking almost like a homeless man, but he has. You notice his eyes are totally blacked out. Where
Would
they
I know
should be
him?
white. No.
Okay.
Where there should be white, where there should be color and pupils and everything, it's just totally black, as if he's wearing like, blackout contacts. And from his mouth, you notice that there's this oily black substance that's just like oozing from his mouth, and he starts kind of staggering in your direction. And he doesn't say anything. He's just kind of like, "Rawr, rawr."
I say we leave.
Yep, same. Like, not even waiting, just.
Imogen, I think he's calling you. Skedaddle out the alley.
Yeah.
Luca quick toes it somehow.
Up and right out of Nopesville and onward.
Yeah.
All right.
Talia's gonna like quickly backstep, like with her face still towards the thing, but like moving very quickly out of the alley.
So you guys are in Midtown. You're south of the main highway. The industrial belt is to your south and to the west. If you go east, you have the Bay Area. If you cross the highway, you can go downtown. We could
think we're-
say you can call a driver or take your own car. It's up to you.
Can we go
Yeah,
talk to Phillips and Narc? See if he can help us with our situation.
You
Would
say
you
his
have
name is
about-
Philip Sanark?
Philip the Narc?
Oh, Philip the Narc. Good. Well, I have to get my. Talia has to get her motorcycle. That's a block away.
I would-
Okay.
Page, my driver.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're like 10 minutes to go. So do we want to like... Is this that naturals break?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, gee, I didn't realize the time.
I haven't even thought about what kind of vehicle he gets around on. All I've had is like a little scooter in my head, like the little like big people scooter.
So what are you going to tell John that you're going to do?
I say we
you
do
mean-
prison, and then.
Oh yeah.
I say we do prison, and then we do assassination.
I thought we were
What
gonna do
about-
assassination then prison.
Imogen wants to do the
prison
assassination.
tonight, and then
Yeah.
we do
Oh,
the
yeah, okay.
assassination tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
But we do John's Burgers, then the jail, then assassination tomorrow at Town Hall.
And
Yeah.
Philip the Narc.
Philip the Narc at some point between all that, if we run into 5th and Main at any point.
We could also just page him or call him and have him meet us at the burger joint.
He only has a beeper.
He only has a beeper. Okay.
So what was prison at
Uh,
night and then assassination tomorrow?
Yeah.
something to look forward to.
And John's Burgers.
And John's Burgers. All right, so let's go ahead and get those closing credits going.
Alrighty.
Ryan, what do you want to plug?
Hi everyone, my name is Ryan. I play Quinton Gold Martin, and I will be streaming on Twitch in 2022 at twitch.tv/ballandrye.
All right, Mike.
Hi, my name's Mike. I play Jimmy the Hand Jones, and I do not have any.
You cut
All
out
right.
after you said,
Yeah.
I do not have any.
Now we're all
Okay,
in
I don't have any
suspense
plugs.
waiting.
I don't have any plugs.
Totes.
I'm Chris. I was your GM. You can find me at Chris Gamble Photos on Instagram. Join our Ravens Realm Tabletop Discord. Like, subscribe, review us on every platform that you listen to this podcast on. Whatever you're listening to right now. We need it desperately. All right, Justin.
Okay, so I am releasing right now as we're talking the We Are Goblins song onto my BandLab. So you
Heck
can
yeah.
check that out from the last episode of bandlab.com/mixsushi3, and you can hear the song We Are Goblins. And yeah, if you want to hear the other music of our show, the intro, the outro, and I think I did another song at some point. But yeah, it's all up there too on my BandLab, so make sure to check that out.
Nice. Kai?
I am Kai. I play Talia de Natale, or Shorty for short. I don't have much social media or online presence, but you can find me on Twitter at Kitchid with 2 Ds. That is KICHIDD.
Nice. Brandon?
Hi, I'm Brandon Tomlinson, and yeah, I'm at the BWT at the various socials. Yeah.
Bye. See you next week.
Later, y'all.